This 2025 season might be the best ever. 7 combined touchdowns from quarterbacks with a combined age of 81 years young last night. What more could you ask for to kick off Week 7? Not much. I will give you my thoughts. Headed to South Bend today. I'm a college football girly. Trojans taking on the Fighting Irish. We also have, what are the chants? Well, I don't know the chants. Somebody tell me the chants. Also, where do I sit in this freaking stadium? Everybody has a different opinion. I've gotten hundreds of opinions on where to get tickets on the secondary market, by the way, which are, I have to get a new job, bag, and groceries to pay for those. Where do I sit in the stadium? Where's the best? What's the best situation? Do I care about seeing Touchdown Jesus in the background? I don't know. That's what everybody's debating. We also have Dan Orlovsky, ESPN absolute superstar, who... This man is on in front of a camera more than anyone ever. So for him to take extra time to hang out with us is very cool to preview this weekend of action. And Bengals legend TJ Houshmanzadah to celebrate the Bengals Who Day. Let's go. Was there ever any doubt that the Unk Bowl would deliver? Flacco and Rodgers, we don't even know what Unk means. We're not cool. They're not even cool enough to know what their own bowl game was called. That had to be one of the best games ever. I think it might have been. Of course, a little partial. Love the Bengals. Want them to do their best. Of course, the biggest takeaways from last night. 1, the Bengals are going to the playoffs cemented. I said, if they lose this one, you might be cooked. They're not cooked. In fact, they're ready to go. They're rearing to go to the playoffs. Something happened. They found something. Second half last week, all of last night, Flacco giving Jamar Chase and T opportunities to make these big plays, to let it rip, to somehow not get sacked, this Flacco. It was giving 2012 when he led the Ravens on the Super Bowl run. It was giving 2023 when he went 4-1 and led the Browns to the playoffs. This is what Flacco is. It's who he is. It's what he does. It's what happens when he looks in the mirror. He's this guy. The vibes sky high last night. Unbelievable. And I think this is sustainable. I do. I love everything. I love the uniforms. I'm obsessed. By the way, it's sustainable if the O-line and Chase Brown make plays like you were seeing just there. That line gave Joe, he had time to tie his shoes. He was giving Brady, when Brady was doing Brady things with Scarnecchia running the offensive line. Okay, the 142 yards on the ground. I've been waiting for this all offseason. I'm talking a big game about Chase Brown this, Chase Brown that. He's going to be the breakout player. And it's been nothing all season. And all of a sudden, 9.8 yards per carry. This is what I was willing. This is this breakout situation I was hearing about from people inside the building. We saw it last night. Okay, that was the most, by the way, in a single game since Corey Dillon's legendary 278 yards against the Broncos back in 2000, okay? I don't know where this came from exactly. Clearly the team dug deep. Flacco was looking good, feeling good, and when you look at the schedule, let's effing go Bengals! Jets next week, so they're going to get back to 500. Then it's the Bears. Now, I did say the Bears are going to win this one. I did say that. Ooh, that's going to be a very fun. I might have to go to that game. After Halloween, I'm trick-or-treating in Chicago. Might have to head on over to Cincinnati for that one. Steelers. Okay, after the bye, that's a tough one to win against them twice would be tough. But then they'd have first place in the North if they get it done. Beyond that, there's real news on Joe Burrow on that timeline of him getting back. They're targeting, allegedly, reportedly, mid-December for a return, which would be right around those Bills and Sticky Ravens games. I don't know about that. I hope they win. I hope they go on this run. They're going to the playoffs. This team has life. And I'm sure Mike Tomlin not happy with Andrew Berry right now because turns out he was right. After last night, the Steelers, by the way, still very narrow faves over the Ravens to win the North. Plus 125, Baltimore plus 130. The Bengals are disrespectful plus 550 right now. That's stupid. Dear overlords, we need to work on that. I'm not out on the Steelers when Aaron Rodgers still looks like this. What a fun game. The 4 touchdown passes, the 70-yard, do we have it? Hail Mary at the end. Oh, you saw it. It was beautiful. The talent's still there as much as it's ever been. This defense has to get it to, oh, there we go. Yeah, when he looks like this, you can't rule them out, right? if they're going to hold off the Bengals or the Ravens once Lamar comes back, he has to look like that. And man, I hope, by the way, and those are my thoughts. What did you guys think of this game? One of the best ever. Icy hot bowl, Unk bowl, whatever you want to call it. Two old men. What did Donovan McNabb say? Like, it's like you want to, Hamilton, what did he say? I thought it was really eloquent. That when you're in those games and you know the end is much, much closer, Ham, to the beginning.
Yeah.
Donovan said, like, you're out to prove it to everyone and yourself that you've still got. And it almost probably makes you push even more. Like, these two this morning, they're doing, those trainers are doing the Lord's work, you know? Aaron goes down, he looked like he got hurt on that celebration. These two, and Dan Orlovsky, I'm sure will talk to us a little bit about that, like, they're doing the Lord's work, ice tubs, foot rubs, witchcraft, microdosing ayahuasca, like all of the things are happening with these two right now after that kind of a performance. But Donovan McNabb, he was dead on. Like, you go out there and you're like, I've still got it. You want to give it your all. And then, man, that next day must suck.
Yeah. I mean, listen, knowing they had these 10 days to recover might have pushed them a little bit harder too. Joe Flacco said after the game he's never used Icy Hot, so I want to know what the secret is there to keep him going at this point.
My question is, like, why is Icy Hot getting such free publicity? Like, wasn't Shaq in the commercials 20 years ago?
Yeah.
And then, like, we haven't heard from about Icy Hot. So, are people still is Icy Hot still a hot little ticket, a hot little number? I don't know.
I mean, for 40-year-olds, at this point, yeah.
I don't know that it is.
People that were in that generation with Shaq on those commercials, yeah.
I guess. To me, it's like, wow, the free pub for Icy Hot this week leading up to this, to a huge primetime game. Unbelievable. Okay, yeah, so they're going to the playoffs. That's my takeaway. They looked really fun. And, like, can Chase Brown... Now, there is a segment of the population, Hamilton, put you on the spot here, that's saying, like, Flacco only got sacked. How many times did he get sacked? Like 2? Barely got touched?
You said it was, yeah. There was that one near the end, I remember.
Why can't Joe do that?
2.
Why can't Joe do that?
I mean, the line played much better last night than we've seen in a long time. Amarius Mims was handling TJ Watt for the majority of it, up until TJ had that sack really late in the game. Mims was handling him. That offensive line really leveled up. It wasn't, I think it was more about that than anything Flacco did. And Flacco did do a good job getting the ball out quickly at times too. But yeah, I mean, I thought that offensive line took a huge step forward, and it was more about that than anything else. People love to start this stuff and try to take anything anybody else is doing and make it about Burrow, which is ridiculous. Like, yes, he has great receivers. We know that, but there's a lot more to it than that.
We're just not going to talk about his hair. Do we have an image? Can we pull one up? I know I didn't ask for it in the morning. It's giving Max the dog from The Little Mermaid.
Well,
the one that runs around the beach, and it's always in his eyes. You know what I'm talking about.
Yep. I saw a lot of Summer I Turned Pretty references in there, too.
I don't know anything about that. No, I'm in the icy hot aisle of the world. I have not ever ventured down the pretty, whatever that is. I've heard of. I'm in the icy hot aisle. I've never been down that aisle. I don't shop in that
You're
aisle.
You're probably better off, yeah.
But I will, yeah. Oh, man, I lost my point. I had a great joke in my whole story now. What was I going to say? Shoot. I don't know. Interesting stuff with between those two squads. Hopefully they can get it going. These Bengals 2-4 going into last night. Of course, they're going to dig themselves out and get to 500 next week with a win over the woeful Jets. Don't look past those Jets, though, because old Peyton. Look at how long Houshmandzadeh is as the last name on this lower third. Unbelievable. TJ is on the show. Dan Orlovsky is on the show. You know what I love, maybe more than anything in the world, more than I love the Bengals, more than I love, I don't even know, like, I love revenge. I love it. I love an FU. I love a revenge situation. And when I look at this very slate, look at week 7. There are so many revenge games on the docket. So I'm going to give you my top 3 revenge games for Week 7. And at 3, Saints, Bears. I'm looking right at you. Spencer Rattler versus Caleb Williams. These two teammates at Oklahoma. Let me set the stage here. There they are with Lincoln Riley, who I'll see this weekend. Spencer ultimately benched for a freshman, Caleb, in 2021, transferring to South Carolina as a result. Here's what Rattler had to say when asked about their relationship yesterday.
Cordial, I'll say what's up to him at the game, but I got respect for him. Good player.
This just adds to my take to my staff here at Up and Adams that all quarterbacks hate each other. Even the ones that are friendly hate each other. No, they're cordial, respectful. I like that, but not exactly effusive, Rattler on Caleb. Caleb has said in the past that the two weren't best friends. That's a quote, weren't best friends. I feel like this is going to be fun. This is going to mean a little bit more to both guys. I like the healthy respect. There seems to be a little bit of a something there. I might be making it up in my head, but I'm going to go with that, and we're going to get a little bonus revenge action with Bears DC Dennis Allen going up against his former team. I love it. Lots of revenge. Saints at Bears. Second best revenge game on this Week 7 docket. Carson Wentz against the Eagles. Low-hanging fruit, fine. So sue me. KOC hasn't officially named him the starter yet. Wentz has been getting the bulk of practice reps, though. Reports coming out. Little Ravens telling me that he will be the starter against these Birds. We all know the backstory to this one. I will say this. The Eagles losing a third straight game would send this fan base into a frenzy. If it's Carson Wentz that makes that happen, I might fly from South Bend to Philly just so I can sit in a rented car and turn on WIP. Just to hear, maybe prank, just to hear the phone calls if that happened. That's a great revenge game. And at number 1, also I'm not going to get into it. My number 1 revenge game for Week 7 for this slate, Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield against the Lions. What revenge? What are you talking about? Well, in case you've forgotten, the Lions knocked the Bucs out of the playoffs 2 years ago after Derek Barnes picked off Baker to end Tampa's attempt at this game-tying drive, okay? This is agony. I'm sorry to even show this. Here's what Baker said about that play after the game back then.
It sucks. I feel like my heart just got ripped out. Just a bad mistake by me. And it sucks because I know what type of group we've had all year, that we fought to get to this point. We fought to be in that game. We weren't supposed to be here by any measures, but we believed in each other and we fought for it. And so, this one's going to weigh on me for a while.
I don't know if I've ever seen Baker that devastated after a game, but now he gets to go back to Detroit. Prime time. Monday night. ESPN, Dan Orlovsky coming up, with a chance to put the Bucs in the driver's seat in the NFC. All of my dreams coming true. Their path to a Week 1 bye if the Falcons stop doing all these crazy, great things that they're doing. We don't even know what receivers he's going to have out there. I don't really care. Have a 102-pound Tez Johnson out there doing like his things. Hopefully he can get things going. All I know is Baker loves revenge as much as I do, and he's going to go out there and crush it no matter what. Short break. Dan Orlovsky up next on the show. Of ESPN fame, he runs the gauntlet. He's on every show, every radio show, everything, and he's joining us from his car on the way to South Bend with me and Chris Collinsworth. We'll be back.
I just think that'll be fun for him.
Do you want to start in the break so we can get more time with Dan? I think that's probably a great move. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
But I want
You'll
more.
move those?
I want more. The more Dan time, the better.
Can't get enough Dan time. So excited.
What is that show called? Pretty something? Me Tuck.
Oh, the summer I turned pretty.
The summer I turned pretty. It's like a teenage show?
Yeah.
What about like actual teenagers?
Yeah.
I keep hearing this. I don't know who these people are. I don't know. The summer I turned pretty is when I got a little money like 5 years ago. So like, that's the summer I turned pretty, not when I was like 15. So. I have jokes today, Hammy. Okay, got it. Perfect. As long as he's okay.
Yeah, it's a whole. I would not go down that rabbit hole. I watched a bunch of it with Kelly, and it's
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, obviously.
Here it is.
Oh. There's a lot of the people who watched The Summer I Turned Pretty. This is their guy.
Yeah, Team Conrad. Yeah.
This is their guy. I just give him a lot of. I can't have hair in my face. Like and he signs up for this punishment. Like he wants the adversity of having. Like, can you imagine like hair sticking on your face and he loves it. He likes it. But can we pull up a photo of Max from The Little Mermaid? The dog from The Little Mermaid, Prince Eric's dog. That's the first thing I thought of. Is just like a what kind of dog is Max from The Little Mermaid?
Yeah, you don't have to tell me. I think I have this situation going on.
Well, you're not. Yeah. But you know what? Do you remember when he had that one tendril? I had the same thought about it. Like, you can't, like, that doesn't bother the F out of you every like, get it out of your face. I could never even have bangs. Max, it's a sheepdog. Can we have a photo of Max? Yeah. This is respectfully.
Yeah, respectfully.
Yeah. A playful, energetic, friendly dog. I have a gift.
Whoa.
I haven't opened
What is that?
Did you open this?
Flacco down the sideline, caught! And sliding to a stop at the 6 is Higgins. Brilliant, just brilliant.
Joined now by former NFL quarterback, current ESPN Does It All man, analyst, color commentator, co-host of NFL Live. Dan, welcome to the show. What do you got going on today?
What's going on? I woke up.
Okay.
We took the kids to school.
Okay.
I got a great workout in. I have a haircut at 11:30.
Ooh.
Kids got a half day. Take them to lunch. Then my daughter's got a soccer game, and then NFL Live.
I have 13 minutes with you before a haircut, which I can't wait to see on NFL Live later. Listen, they dubbed it the Unk Bowl, icy hot, getting some free publicity all week, whatever's going on. Dan, be so honest. Did watching Rodgers and Flacco do something to you? Like, what was that for you to watch that?
It blew my mind. When we were watching SportsCenter this morning with my sons, and Aaron had some of his throws, and Joe had some of his throws, I was like, guys, these guys are the same age as me. You know, like for my sons who are teens now, Aaron and I came into the league the same year together. We had the same agent. We were drafted within the same division. Obviously, very different picks and different careers, but watching them still do what they're doing at their ages is remarkable. And Joe going to a team and doing that in a matter of 10 days is really sensational. Those two dudes were just always very gifted throwing a football. And, you know, now Cincinnati feels like they might have life for Joe Burrow in the future. And I think if you're Pittsburgh, you feel great about where your offense is.
Do the Bengals have life? Are you buying them? Like I came on the show and was like, they're going to the playoffs.
Wow. One, they gave up 30, so defensively still not doing great as a unit. It keeps them alive for another week. You know, I wasn't this person when they acquired Joe sitting there going, this is going to be this massive upgrade from Jake Browning. I think a lot of last night, and I just waxed poetic like many have of what Joe did, no doubt. It was awesome. But last night feels so much more about what in the heavens was that from Pittsburgh defensively. And so do I think that they've, given themselves new life for another week? Any week that they can prolong the potential of Joe coming back is a good thing in Cincinnati. But last night's so much more about Pittsburgh for me. I
mean, they are forcing turnovers, Cincy side. They did it without Trey last night. They feel like they're doing that every week. I'm going to hang my hat on that. Tell me about the Steelers defense and why that was the story of the game for you.
Well, because the first 2 weeks defensively, they were poor and really like with their run defense. And then it felt over the past month that it was trending in the right direction. Last week, it was really good. It was the first time they got their defensive line really healthy and all together. And so then you go to last night, and then number one, their pad level against the run and their gap integrity against the run was very poor, about as poor as I've seen from that unit since last year against Baltimore. Then number two, it felt like when you watch their coverages that they were trying to be so like disguise centric and so creative and so I'm going to fool you that they were out of coverage so many times, that they were out of like the landmark or where they were supposed to be. And then Joe ate them up. And then listen, it's a downside when two of the guys that you brought in, very good players, Jalen and Slay, are just getting beat one-on-one. You know, both those players got beat handily one-on-one. Now, does every team have Jamar and Chase or Jamar and T? No. But there's some really good receivers in that conference. And so I just think that Pittsburgh's got to take a step back and really try to take the picture of how to improve defensively to be more consistent.
I'm looking at these numbers from last night. Flacco's lowest pressure rate faced this season, 24.5%. If you could, like, undo the Minka Jalen trade, would you? Like, was that a mistake? Because it doesn't seem like it helped either side. Steelers had the 31st ranked pass D in the league. Was that a mistake?
I don't think it was a mistake. I think that with where Jalen is right now maybe it changes in December. I think he's much more useful as a nickel down near the football, use him as a pressure guy, than he is line him up, play him in man-to-man coverage. I think with where his career is right now, you want him playing with vision on the football, being a little bit more active down near the ball rather than, hey, go cover that guy one-on-one. Slay's got to get better. There's multiple clips for me, and I'm not this defensive back-centric or savant, but Joey Porter Jr., there's clips where, you know, Joey's in coverage, and it looks like he's, you know, giving 6, 7 yards, 15 yards down the field of coverage. So at some point, it's like we got to play a little bit more aggressive. If you asked me one word to just describe the defense as a whole last night, it would be unengaged. They felt, just watching that tape, it felt everybody on the defense to a man was just very unengaged with the physical element of the game, unengaged with their coverage, unengaged with being there, unengaged with tackling, unengaged with doing the selfless stuff of defense. That was the overall takeaway, was everybody just felt unengaged with that game.
We'll hear more about that in NFL Live. I cannot wait. The countdown to your haircut is here, so I want to ask you a couple of other things. And let's talk about what's going on with Mac Jones. Likely to start again for San Francisco. You, my friend, called it back in 2023 that he would click with Shanahan's offense. That clip has been making the rounds. I'm sure you've seen. I don't think I've seen you take your victory lap yet. What's going on?
Oh, I have. Trust me. I haven't. I've only retweeted that like 4 or 5 times in the last week. You know, I was a massive fan of Max when he came out of school. I really thought that when San Francisco made the trade of 3, it was for Mac. I'll stand on that. Obviously, it was Trey Lance. Mac starts his career in really good, and then, you know, the comment or the belief for me was no quarterback was going to play well in the situation that he was in New England. And then he goes, you know, to Jacksonville and, you know, has a moment or two that's good or poor. And then going to San Francisco, it's the ideal situation when you take style of offense, skill set of quarterback. One, I got to get you to play, as you guys are throwing the pick 6 up. You know, I got to get you to play on time. That's been a big deal. No, you're good. You got to play on time. You got to play with great anticipation. I need you to be a point guard at the quarterback position. That's his skill set. And so that's demanded of that position. You know, last week against Tampa, I think was, you know, a tip of the hat to Tampa and some of the things that they do with their pressures. But I do think Max made himself a lot of money this year.
He certainly did. Hopefully he'll be a starter. He's done. Okay, wait, that's a Sunday night game. It's I just talked to Chris Collinsworth about this one. It's Falcons at Niners. Niners 1.5-point fades. What does it come down to? Who wins? Whew.
If San Francisco defensively cannot stop Atlanta's outside zone, they cannot win. Atlanta runs that very unique outside zone that is, it's very traditional in the NFL world, and Kyle's has been one of the best at it. His dad was one of the creators of it. But the way that Atlanta runs it, and I was super critical of Atlanta and their style of running because it's always out of the pistol. And in conversation with their coaches, you know, they told me they run it out of the pistol intentionally to get the ball deeper to Bijan and further away from the line of scrimmage and the offensive line, because he's got a very unique skill set of how he sets defenses and kind of teases with backers and then can burst through the hole. And so if San Francisco cannot handle that, because it's going to get run 28 times, they can't handle that. I don't think they can handle Atlanta's offense. And then secondly, if you're San Francisco offensively, Kyle and Mac, dude, Atlanta wants to rush the passer. Like, they got plenty of athletes and speed. You can't let them play to their style. You have to put bigger bodies on the field. You have to be physical. You have to run the football at them to force them to play a physical game rather than a speed game.
Gosh, I want to go to that game. I'm worried about these. I'm a big Baker girl. I'm worried about these Falcons.
Love Baker.
And I'm a little worried about these Falcons, though.
In the division?
Should I be? Yeah.
Oh, no question. Yeah, because here's the thing, Kay, like, my biggest question mark about the Falcons is, and I have such admiration for Raheem Morris and their staff, is like, it's a very young team, and Raheem is like a very young, positive, upbeat, like, let's vibes coach. Can they handle the success? Like, can that young group handle the success? And so I just, if they can do that, now Michael's going to have to play better versus man coverage than he does versus zone coverage. But I love Tampa. I think Tampa, when healthy, is one of the 2 or 3 best teams in football. But yeah, I think you have to just pay attention to Atlanta, because if they can handle success, they're going to be there in the end.
Broncos Giants this week. I'm looking at this. Broncos lead the NFL with sacks, like 30. I think they're going to make. I can't imagine Sean Payton likes in advance. They like the bravado of Jackson Dart and what's going on. Also, they were a little bit embarrassed even though they got to win, I think, against those Jets. And what they did not show is being such a team that was a lot better than them. I want to ask you about the other side, though, because Bo Nix, he's attempted more passes to receivers behind the line of scrimmage this year, okay? 53. Do they need to give Bo the opportunity to let it loose even more?
Yes, you saw it a little bit more in the back half of that Philadelphia Eagle game when Sutton just used his body. Bo has played better over the past 3 or 4 weeks. Early on, he was all over the place. I think the thing with, that they're trying to figure out in Denver, because Sean has been a traditionally high play action pass. That's how we create our chunks down the field type of coach. They haven't done that as much this year. If you remember last year, Kay, he would always hit Sutton on those 20-yard in routes. It was 4 of them a game. It's not really happening this year. I think they're trying to figure out where they are offensive line-wise. I don't think that offensive line in Denver has played nearly as good as expected. I think they got too many runs in their offense. I think they had to try to simplify some of their run schemes, but also pass protect a little bit better. I think that Sean's trying to figure out in their perimeter pass run game. It's so good. It's building efficiency in their offense. Ingram is a get the ball to type of tight end rather than a vertical stretch tight end. But I'd like to see them try to utilize a little bit more of the play action to get some of those chunks.
Giants defense 26th in pass yards allowed. Maybe this is the week that they let him. I think it'll be an emotional week as well. Demaryius Thomas, of course, being inducted. We've heard from everybody. Cortland Sutton, that's that kind of juice, I think, that gets them a big win here. That would be their 4th straight this weekend. Okay, there was chatter about Philly's loss last week being about the offense. That was predictable. How do they jumpstart something, a resurgence? They've got the weapons. Because this Vikings defense, they're going to bring it. We know Flores, we know the blitzes, they're unpredictable as well. How do they do this? What should they do?
Yeah, I think number one, so their pass game is 100% predicated on the run game. They need the run to bring another person down to the football, to create the one-on-ones on the outside. Jalen does not throw the football. No quarterback in the NFL throws the ball over the middle of the field less than Jalen Hurts, okay? So you have to create those one-on-ones, and that's why they were so good last year. How do they fix it? Number one, I would put Jalen under center a little bit more and just try to get some of our run game going at the defense. They're so shotgun-centric. Their run game is so side-to-side right now, and they're not whooping people up front like they did last year with Mekhi Becton and Dickerson being fully healthy. Put them under center. I'm not saying every snap, but let's run the football at the defense and a little bit more and try to get away from negatives. No offense has more negatives in the NFL than Philly. I think number two, they have to get less predictable in their formations out of the gun. You can tell if it's going to be a run or a pass by where Saquon lines up. He's got to be aware of that. You got to throw counter punches off of that, wrinkles off of that. So 3, 4, 5 different plays off of certain looks. So there's a little bit of a doubt created into a defense. And the third thing is no offense uses play action less. If you have to have that as part of your offense. Again, I don't need you to be the Seahawks But there has to be a little bit more of that to just create some of those bigger play action pass opportunities and shore up some protection.
Here's your walk-off. MVP, Dak's on a heater. Donovan McNabb, Eagles legend, told me that he's his MVP favorite. Where does he rank among your quarterbacks quickly right now?
Yeah, Dak's playing great. He's not in my top 5 MVP so far. He's probably in my top 5, 6, 7 quarterbacks. We got a lot of quarterbacks playing good. I think Baker Mayfield's playing great. Daniel Jones, Jared Goff, Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones, I think I said his name. So I think there's a lot of quarterbacks playing at a really high level. Dak's probably right there in that top 5, top 6, top 7 world. But MVP, I think there's guys doing more when it comes to value to the team.
Last but not least, so I can do a before and after with our social guy, Jake. Let me see this hair before and after. We'll get you on the NFL Live on there.
It's not.
Okay. It looks good.
Yeah, it's not. We have Monday night. We have the Seattle-Houston game Monday night, so I got to make sure that I have a decent cut.
What a game. What a game that'll be. No days off, his hat says, and that's definitely true in the life of Dan Orlovsky. You can catch his incredible football insight. This is just like a little rehearsal for you. You're just going to spit out the same stuff on NFL Live later. I can't wait to see it with a great crowd, variety of other ESPN shows. You're awesome, Dan. I appreciate you. Thank you. Enjoy your haircut.
Hope you're doing good, Kay. Thanks.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I am doing good, doing well. We will have the before and after on Twitter later to size that up, and we'll be back with more football analysis after this. Okay, what is this?
What do we got here?
I don't know. I feel bad because I just tore it. Look how cute this box is. What?
That's awesome.
Super cute. Like the box has a thing on it. Okay. Like, this is the kind of thing. Okay, hold on. Hold on there, Director McJones. Get out of here. This is the kind of box you steal, though. If you see it, you know what I mean? Like, if you're a football fan and you see this, like, I'm surprised this made it to me.
I'm impressed, yeah.
What do we got here? What is this? I love presents. What are these? This came from the actual Bucks? I'm guessing it's about their 50 beautiful years in this league. Got a T-shirt. Let's see what this says. Ooh, that's a scary bird, though. What is that? What's happening here? Hammy, what's that?
They know you love birds.
I do like this. I don't like birds. I like bucks. This is also cute. Bucks helmet tee. Ooh, I love
that's
that.
Awesome.
Thank you, Buccaneers. That's right. They know who loves them. They know who really loves them.
They've been listening.
I know. Saints fans are like,
What else are you got?
Yeah. And then this one is the 50th Cabana shirt. Okay, let's go. Little Andy Reid.
Let's go.
I should wear this to Notre Dame tomorrow.
Absolutely.
This is cool.
That is awesome.
This is my favorite one. This is the, the Duvin Design. I don't know what that means. So Duvin's like the company that made the shirts. Okay. Shout out to Duvin Design. I'm going to rock this. I'll wear it to my bowling league with John Goodman. Dude can roll.
Can picture Steve Spurrier wearing that right now.
And then what was this first one called? The Buck. Oh, it's a parrot.
Yeah.
No, didn't get that. It looks like a condor. It looks like the Disney movie Vultures from it looks like the vulture from Jungle Book. The ones that are an allegory on the Beatles. This is my favorite one.
Yeah, that's sick.
This is sick. Love. Bucks, thank you. Congrats on 50 years and I'm going to freaking Super Bowl. Again, people pretend that they didn't win one a couple of years ago and then before. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fun. Time for You Up. We got some sleepers for you. There's props. There's daily fantasy, of course. Here's some great values on FanDuel Sportsbook. Bo Nix at quarterback. Let it rip. Emotionally charged. Demaryius Thomas going into the Hall of Fame, of course, there. The Ring of Honor. London game wasn't great. He's so cheap right now. 14th at quarterback, disrespectful. Big bounce back game against a Giants defense that ranks, by the way, middle of the spot. They're giving up tons of yards. At running back, give me Ramondre Stevenson against the Titans. He had a quiet year so far. You can capitalize against the Titans defense, can't you? They've given up the most touchdowns to running backs in the game this year. We're already at week 7, so that's a pretty good sample size of data. And at wide receiver, Luke McCaffrey against the Cowboys. I need a piece of that Commanders passing game against Dallas. While Luke hasn't been getting a ton of volume, he's been cashing in, okay? I think he gets more looks. Big day in Dallas. There you have it, my fantasy sleepers for week 7, which we're gonna make into a short and put on YouTube. And now, without further ado, this is the reason we're all here. It's Hammer Time. Hammer is a sick pup who wields a mighty hammer. And Drake May is putting up MVP caliber numbers this season. When you dug into the tape, probably at like between midnight and 3 in the morning, some night this week, what did you see?
Yeah, and I don't like to get too overexcited. You know me very well. You know I don't like to get too overexcited about quarterbacks, young quarterbacks, especially early, but I've got the Drake May mania right now, or Drake mania, however, we can workshop that later, but what he's doing right now, the physical talents and the way that he's able to process right now and get off his first read, understand when it's time to extend plays, when it's time to throw that on the first read, he is on another planet right now. And I want to dig into some of that tape that, yes, I was going through it like 2 in the morning this week. Let's get into it. And I debated, do I go to the Buffalo game? Do I show that throw? No, I want to keep it just from last week alone. Here's a fake screen to Stephon Diggs. They're going to try to hit a vertical shot here, but he quickly realizes, hey, there's 4 over 2 here, 4 defenders over 2 receivers. I have to come off this. I have to try to extend this play, find something else. So let's go to the end zone view. He's going to step up here, find a lane. Justin Reed's coming on a blitz. He feels him behind him, so he's going to keep stepping up as he gets ready to deliver this ball. A lot of quarterbacks might plant there, try to throw this after getting set. He stays on the move, and that is an absolute dime to Booty in the back of the end zone. We'll get another angle of it here. Just a flick of the wrist on the run and puts that in the perfect spot for the touchdown. So that's when he gets off schedule. Here's where he is on schedule. That little short motion tells him, hey, this is man coverage from the Saints right now. They're going to invert that safety, go to cover 1. He's got to come back. He's got a smash route. And watch how quickly you realize that, hey, that defender is biting on the over route. He turns his body to the middle of the field. I have this smash route coming back the other way. And he throws this 40 yards on a rope. And Alontae Taylor actually does a great job coming off his man, recognizing that. And if that's not a perfect ball, that's a pick or that ball's getting dislodged. But here's the one I really want to get to. It's 3rd and 17. We've had enough people talk about go goo gaga over quarterbacks that have thrown incompletions.
Yes.
This was an offensive pass interference, but this is ridiculous. He's getting his shirt pulled by the Saints defender. He's able to step out of that and throw this out and up to Stephon Diggs on 3rd and 17. And this ball goes almost 70 yards in the air.
That's
I don't
insane.
care that Diggs got called for offensive pass interference. This is as good a throw as you are ever going to see. This is Josh Allen level, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers. That's that level of throw, and he's been doing it every single game. He had almost 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. He had another 112 called and a touchdown called back. He would have had 400 and a perfect passer rating if a couple of those didn't get taken away from him. I couldn't be more impressed with what he's doing, and it is week in and week out, play in and play out. He is a legitimate MVP candidate right now, I think.
What's his MVP situation? Oh, he's 4th. Okay, 4th at plus 1,000. He's got a shot if he plays like this. I mean, he definitely has a shot if the Patriots beat out the Bills in the AFC East, right? If they get one more win over them, that first game epic, a rivalry created, whatever that vibe is, right? I feel like
that narrative matters.
Well, the narrative, that's a pretty strong case if you can do that, right? If you can like overcome them. I don't know, because the Bills, I'm not buying this like the Bills are just having somebody said on our show this week, I can't remember, just that it's like they're having a little moment. I think it might have been Gronk. They're just having like a little doldrum right here. But I mean, they got Tennessee, Pats, by the way, 7-point faves over them. Where did you get Goo Goo Gaga from?
I don't know. I was trying to think of the word to say it, and I
want you to know when
that's
I
what
get
came
these,
into my mind.
when I get these mid-show texts from you, that's like, where did that come from? That's what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happens sometimes. It happens sometimes.
And,
Yeah.
and that's the point I'd like to make. Very well. Great Hammer time. I will say, and Hammer loves everybody. He doesn't have a favorite. He likes Drake May more than everybody. I just want everybody to know. Everyone he's done a K-Maker on through 7 weeks, you were fine. He likes Drake May more than you, based off what I just saw. Hey, TJ Houshmanzadah gracing us with his presence and a big smile. Who day think I'm going to the playoffs? Me.
I will say, I remember last offseason when everybody was like, what's going to happen to the quarterback position? No Brady, Rodgers is hurt coming off this injury. And
Oh,
and
Lady
it's
Icy Hot over here.
But it's like we are entering another golden age of quarterback play with him and Jaden and Bo and what Caleb's doing. It's fun.
That's so funny. I don't know. This was really nice of the Bucks. I don't know where I'm sitting.
It's awesome.
Where should I try to get seats? Kat, have you looked? Kat's doing Lord's work, going out of her way to help me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have like a thing to do in South Bend. And then I kind of talked myself into going to the game, and then I talked myself out of it. I don't have seats yet at Notre Dame Stadium. So
I mean, the game's only tomorrow. Why would you have tickets?
I just feel like some will come across my desk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it's like I don't.
Sure.
Yeah. Do you think here's what people don't understand about me. I don't, if I go to the game, what do you think are the chances, even if it's what are the chances I stay at the game?
Absolute zero.
Like probably, recently though, I feel like I've stayed at things longer. But do you know what would have to be going on in that, like Dermot Mulroney would have to be sitting next to me saying, do you want to stay at the game? And even then, it's like, Dermot, let's go to the bar and drink. Like, right? Like
you absolutely you would have missed the Bush push. You would have missed all the classic moments of this rivalry if you were, like.
I didn't even know that
there's
happened.
No chance.
I know that play. I just didn't know that happened in this.
Yeah.
So so then it's like become like this was like I have to buy tickets, which is fine. Whatever. They are expensive. But you go and then it's like, I don't know what would keep. Yeah. It's I know. And then, of course, like all of Twitter is like, you're not a real fan. No, I'm not a real fan of Notre Dame or USC. Like, I don't know. Can I tell you that I was at the 28-3 game and I was home eating soup. Was that Lady Gaga?
Yeah.
I think before Lady Gaga did her thing and fell out of that sky.
Before she,
I believe I was home eating soup. Like I missed one. I think it was the Eagles Patriots and the Eagles won, that first one.
Yeah.
I remember the next morning, you, Kyle, Peter, and Nate being beyond, that was like the best win, and walking back to the hotel and you guys kept talking. I was like, I was out. I went out that night. Time for K-Makers, where I hit you with my anytime touchdown scores for week 7. I will start with a good friend, J.K. Dobbins. He's got the Giants. He has scored 4 touchdowns in 6 games this year. Next, give me the Laddie Hater. Ladd McConkey, he's heating up. NBA Jam, okay? He scored in back-to-backs, taking him 185. I'm absolutely loving that. And for my long shot, give me Panthers tight end Jatavian Sanders. He's back in action. The Jets love giving up touchdowns to the tight end position. Tight end is the easiest thing to call. If your team sucks against defending tight ends, they're going to score touchdowns, and they've given up 1 per game so far. Speaking of touchdown scores, you can boost around the world with me. Yes, the International Series. We have crushed this. It has been so fun. We had a 30% profit boost token for Vikings Steelers in Dublin, the back-to-back London games, and the last game in London is Rams Jags. It is live right now. It's really nice and generous at FanDuel. We've had a lot of fun with this. Remember, you have to claim it. It's an early game, last one in London, so have some fun. Great game, too. Great one for this. So have some fun responsibly over at FanDuel Sportsbook, of course.
Wide open, Houshmandzadeh, touchdown.
making great catches all season long.
He's got a touchdown, Cincinnati. What a grab by Houshmandzadeh.
What a grab. I mean, I think all announcers just love TJ Houshmanzadah. Finally, by the way, Pro Bowl wide receiver, 11 years in the league, Bengals, Seahawks, Ravens, Raiders. Congrats on Up on Game on Fox Sports Radio. Love to hear that. You're finally gracing my show with your presence after you ignored me at the rookie premiere.
I came up, introduced myself. We spoke, did I not? I did.
No, we like tiptoed around each other. And I was like, because I don't know, what were you doing there? Like you were on the field, you were like dapping up all the guys. And I'm like, why is TJ here? What's going on? I know you're very involved. What were you doing?
So one, I live in the area. That's number one. Number two, it was probably 5 or 6 dudes that I trained that were at the rookie premiere. And so I just kind of go in there to support them.
That's amazing. Who out of those guys, that was back, I think in April, it was raining. Who right now is impressing you so much out of those rookies?
Well, they're all playing and playing well. Yeah. Tez Johnson finally got an opportunity, made a great catch. Obviously, T-Mac, many didn't think he was going to be a good player in the league. And I'm like, T-Mac is and was a lot better as a receiver in college than many gave him credit for. Even though he was the first receiver picked, I felt like some people didn't believe he can do what he was doing in the league. Even a lot of the quarterbacks, they train in the same group that we're in. So I'm around these dudes once January comes pretty much every day.
Yeah, it's MVP Tez Johnson. That's what we're going to call him from now on.
Yeah,
MVP.
that was crazy. Yeah.
He has the best personality. I remember tweeting that day, Tez Johnson needs a podcast. He's an absolute star. And I look very smart because he absolutely crushed it. I love that you are training them, these stars, in the future. But last night was all about these old men. Flacco's like a former teammate of yours. Talk to your Bengals. What a win. Unbelievable. Taking down a division rival in primetime. What impressed you the most about Joe?
Joe's been there 10 days. and to do what he did last night, remarkable. But I'll say this. The Bengals receivers, Chase and Higgins, this is the best set of skilled players he's ever played with in his entire career. And it just so happens, it's late in his career, obviously. But for Joe, he's like, I had these guys on the outside. I just have to put the ball in the vicinity. They will make the play. But for him to understand the offense, to be running check with me's and alerts and getting them out of bad plays into good plays after 10 days just shows you, one, how smart he is mentally. But smart also, like, you know what, one-on-one, I'm going to throw it to those guys on the outside, and what a heads-up play by T. Higgins right there. You know how many guys would have run into the end zone and then been sweating it out at the end of the game?
And there's a big talk of yesterday, of course, and those receivers and everything they're doing as Flacco tries to keep things alive for Joe Burrow with that crazy hair to come back and maybe get this team into the playoffs. Flacco took this zone read 12 yards for a first down. TJ, you played with him, you played against him. When's the last time you saw him move like this?
Dude, I was telling my son watching this game last night, we played against Flacco when he was with the Ravens. I want to say it was his rookie year. He scrambled and scored like a 55-yard touchdown against us. Gone, right down the right sideline. I'll never forget it. And I was like, whoa, this big dude is actually moving. But Flacco's a pocket passer. And this shows you how much he wanted to win that game last night. And Mike Tomlin knew it, too. He knew it. He basically called the Cleveland Browns idiots for trading them. That's what he basically said. You guys are idiots.
He knew.
But Joe wanted to really win that game. A quarterback at this late in his career running the ball in a regular season game, Joe wanted that game.
Is that the key? Just throw it to Jamar Chase a million times?
Jamar and T, yeah. I mean, if they're going to play you one-on-one, single high defense, yes. Now, 23 targets is a lot. You're not going to get that every game. We love it. But see, stuff like that, A.J. Brown will watch that game and say, oh, my God. But, yeah, they're going to play him one-on-one, feed them.
The run game was working. The offensive line was working. If you're Joe Burrow watching this, like, what do you think he's thinking?
Please keep us in the hunt. Please keep us in the hunt, because when I come back, it's heavy for the rest of the league.
I love it. Trey Hendrickson didn't play. I hated that. They somehow, they keep getting turnovers, though, this defense. I love that. Dan Orlovsky said, like, that's like the reason to maybe not believe that they can keep it alive. Obviously, the defense leaves a lot to be desired, but they are at least doing their thing. They did it without Trey. These trade rumors still swirling, even after a win, which I don't agree with. Should we kill these rumors right now?
Yeah, I will say this. The Bengals are smart when it comes, like, I'm not trading Trey Hendrickson unless you give me a first-round pick. If you don't give me a first-round pick, you can beat it. Because I know if we don't resign him, I'm going to get a third-round compensatory pick anyway. And so why would I trade him for anything less than a first? And no, I don't want a second. You can give me a second and a third maybe. But I'm not trading him for anything less than that. And so if you're not going to come correct, I'm not trading him. Very simple.
There are some other storylines around the NFL I'd love to get to with you, including these. Okay, like Devontae Adams, Matthew Stafford. They spoke this week, and these are two OGs that we know and love. There's like some missed opportunities between them is sort of how they framed it. And things need to come together. Puka Nacua is missing time there. What does that mean, missed opportunities? They're both so elite at what they do. They got to click. It's midseason.
They're just so overly reliant on Puka, who I also train Puka.
Hey.
They're overly relying on him, and he's getting so many targets and opportunities, and you thought, oh, Devontae Adams on the team, this offense is going to be hard to stop. But they have yet to utilize him in that way. And then when they are utilizing him,
Puka's out this week. No Puka for this week, and they've got the Rams-Jags early morning on the road, very far trip for the Rams, of course.
They're going to feed him. The Devontae is going to get fed. Now, it's just a matter of, one, when the ball comes to you, you got to catch it. He had a couple drops last week, and then some of them were just outside of his reach. So that's what Stafford is talking about, is we just have to get on the same page so that that ball that's slightly out of his reach is now a catch. The ball that is in my hands, I got to make sure that I take advantage of every opportunity I get. And so this game, because the Jags are a good team, this game, they really need Devontae Adams to be Devontae Adams.
You said this, you mentioned A.J. Brown. What do you make of that?
I don't like the hard time that he gets, because our entire livelihood is based on what I do.
Yes.
So if I'm not getting the ball and putting up stats, he's not really worth the contract that he's been paid to do. Well, at least let me show you that I am or I'm not. And so to me, for the Eagles, it's very simple, okay? Very, very simple. The first 10 plays, if you want your best players locked in, get them the ball early. When you go through the first 10, because Saturday night before the game, every coach, you go through your first 10 with your offensive players. As long as he knows he has 2 or 3 opportunities in the first 10, you give him 2 or 3. You give Devontae 2 or 3. You give Saquon 4 to 5. They know you're trying to get them the ball early enough, and they're locked in. But if you're not going to do that as a player, you get into the game, and he didn't get a first target till it was like 1:50 left in the game. The coach, that's incompetent. You should never do that. And so that type of stuff pisses a receiver off. Anybody.
What's the solve here? And I'm looking at, who did they have? They've got the Vikings.
The Vikings.
That's tough. They're going to be in Minnesota. If he has another week where they don't throw him the ball.
Shipping to 1 or 2 teams. Buffalo, New England. AFCs, one of those 2 teams, if they get A.J. Brown, both of those teams are extremely strong, ready to compete for a Super Bowl. That's how much of a difference maker he is. But the Eagles, if they're smart, they're going to get him involved. A.J. Brown is a hell of a player.
Understood, but until when? So they give him the ball, let him go off this week against an unpredictable Vikings defense, and then they don't use him for the next 3 weeks because of whatever. And then it just keeps happening? Like, what? I guess I don't even understand, the problem with it. There's,
Kevin Patullo's offensive coordinator. You get 60 plays. You mean to tell me out of the 60 offensive plays we run, I can't give him 8 to 10 targets a game?
But why isn't he, TJ? Why? In your best, why aren't we giving AJ the ball?
Part of it also is you're throwing them stop routes in the cloud coverage. Cloud coverage is basically a cover 2 look.
Okay.
You can't throw a stop route into a cloud coverage like that. You don't do that. Now, also, part of that is Jalen Hurts. You got to make it your mission to get your receivers the ball. And it's not just A.J. Brown. You got to get Smitty the ball as well. But if I'm Minnesota and I'm Brian Flores, I want to keep that descent going on. I'm trying to take A.J. Brown out the game. I want him to be pissed off. I want him to force the ball.
If you're Howie, what a nice, I mean, let's say, and Eagles fans, I know you're going to hate this, but like, you're making really good points. All the things considered. It's kind of confusing to me. Like, when you do say, like, it's 60 plays, how are you not getting the ball? Like, what are we doing here? If you're Howie, though, you're like, man, I'm going to have 2 AFC East teams that are in it, fighting for who gets this guy, because whoever gets him, you could almost argue takes the division. You could say, like, Buffalo needs somebody. They need him, right? We're looking at what that off of Joe Brady, all that. What that would do for the Bills, it would change the game. Then again, you give him to, like, Stephon Diggs for Drake, also game over. So it's almost like you have 2 teams bidding for the services of this one receiver that could take them into the playoffs.
A.J. Brown is one of the top receivers in the league.
Yeah.
On any of these teams, he's going to make a difference because he's just that good. And so if I'm the Eagles, I'm not trading him. I'm going to use him and utilize him, because when they played the Rams, if A.J. Brown is not on that team, they lose the game. They went to A.J. Brown because they had no choice. And look what he did. He came through. So A.J. Brown is like, when y'all need me, you want to come to me, but you act like you don't need me every game.
Can the Eagles win the Super Bowl without him?
No. Even
well,
with them.
Then they need, so what are we doing here?
The way they're playing, Kay, honestly, unless things change drastically, Eagles aren't winning the Super Bowl. They're not good enough. They're not winning the Super Bowl.
Why aren't they good enough?
If you've seen them play, I'm just going off of what I've seen.
Is it just the OC thing? Like, was it?
I believe when you've been as great as the Eagles have been, the different offense, obviously the meat and potatoes of the offense will stay the same. We're not changing it completely, but you lose Shane Steichen, and then you hire a coordinator that isn't exactly right, so you struggle a bit, and then you get Kellen Moore. You lose him.
I did say losing Kellen Moore, people are going to be talking about it a lot more. They miss Kellen, that's for sure. Their O-line looks a little different.
The O-line for sure is different. Lane Johnson has been injured. Landon Dickerson is hurt. But I'm telling you what some of these owners
He said it, not me.
You know what these owners need to start doing? They need to start paying these coordinators like head coach, and they would stay.
TJ,
you have the money.
You got to come back. You got to come back. They have the money. That's right. I appreciate you so much. Great to see you. Congrats on, thank you for keeping these stars where they need to be, these rookies. And I appreciate you always in your perspective. And go freaking Bengals. Let's go.
Yeah, that was a great win last night. Let's keep it going. Who Dey, baby.
Bye, Who Dey Nation.